Hello and welcome to Points of Interest. I'm one of your hosts, Jake, along with my co-host, James, over here.
Hey, guys.
If you're new to the show, this is Inverted Reality's gaming news podcast. Every Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time, we collect video game news and stories from around the internet, bring it to you in one place to listen to and watch and enjoy and love and like and share and all that fun stuff. You get the audio versions on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Google Place?
Google Play. It's kind of like Google Play.
It's at the Google Place.
Yeah.
That's where you get it.
Yeah, over there by the Facebook.
Oh yeah, Google Place over there by the YouTube place. Speaking of YouTube Place, you can get the video versions on YouTube and VidMe and Facebook. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at IR Games. Stay up to date with what we're doing. We should have all the links. We've been on this fun joke kick. I always make a joke at the end of this whole spiel, the end of the rigmarole, and now we're actually doing like daily.
If you've got some fun jokes that you've heard that you think I would get a kick out of, make sure to tag us at IR Games, hashtag IR Jokes. And I will make sure to see that and retweet it, but only if it's funny. If it's not funny, I'm not going to retweet it. So, go for it.
Speaking of IR jokes, James, what have you been playing lately? Perfect non sequitur.
Perfect segue. Well, it's been a whole lot of Super Mario Odyssey. We did our weeklies in Destiny. We got in there, got the Nightfall done. We got a bunch of stuff. We played a ton of PvP the other night, but
we played Destiny twice before the reset.
Yeah, we did.
Twice.
Yeah.
That's like a record now.
Yeah, with the way our schedule has been lately. So you beat Super Mario Odyssey.
I did beat Super Mario Odyssey.
The main story.
I beat the main story of Super Mario Odyssey. I'm only like 300 moons in or something like that. Maybe not even that many. But yeah, I've beaten Super Mario Odyssey, the main story, and so now it's going through and getting all the ancillary moons and going back to the worlds and getting the stuff I missed.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's
ancillary.
Good. It's good. Are you going to collect them all?
I'm going to collect a lot. It's one of those things, I'd like to collect them all, but there's no carrot at the end of the stick to collect all the moons other than collecting all the moons.
Yeah.
And like maybe a bonus level.
Yeah, there is something, I don't know all the details on it, and I don't know if it's that big of a deal, but it's 999 moons, which you'll notice, there's only actually 880 or something like that.
Yep.
But once you beat the game and have gone through everything, you can go back to the stores, and you can actually buy as many moons as you want to buy.
Yeah.
So if you have a ton of coins and you want to buy those moons and get to that final ending or final world or whatever it is, then you can go do that because you're obviously going to need to get over the 880, which are the actual moons.
You can also find them though, can't you?
Yeah, I mean you can find, but I think the max you can find is 880.
Okay.
And then you have to purchurchase the rest. Yeah. I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
I've been buying the moons as I go.
Yeah. You buy one each time.
50 or not 50. I bought several at the world I'm in now because it was an option.
Once you beat it, then you can buy them from anywhere as much as you want, so they won't run out. It's that first one you have to buy during the actual story playthrough. Yeah, that is the official one for it. So I don't know. I don't know what happens. I just know at 999 moons, there's something. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
They do hint at it in the last world you're in. You're like, oh, maybe if we find enough, we can go somewhere else. I'm like, oh, hey, bonus level. I'd like to go there. We'll see. But I'd like to.
It's going to take a lot of time. Yeah, it's probably going to take some guides online. So be like, oh, that's cheating. I'm like, yeah.
Pretty much.
It is. That's okay.
It's not like it's adding to my trophy score or my achievement, score or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm playing Super Mario. Speaking of new things we're playing.
Ah, yeah. What do we got here?
We have made an investment.
We did. We
not necessarily collectively, but within hours of each other.
Yeah, within literal hours.
If you're in the States, this is definitely a deal you should check up on if you've been looking to get into the Xbox market. But we purchased Xbox One S's. They're running the Halo bundle.
Yeah,
what's the name of it?
So it's the Xbox One S Ultimate Halo bundle.
That's what it is.
Comes with Halo 5 and the Halo Master Chief Collection. And along with it, they started doing it just a couple days ago. I'm sure it'll still be live when this goes up, but it's $250 before tax and shipping. Yep. Free shipping, free 2-day ship. Well, it's not free 2-day anymore. I'll get to that in a second.
Really?
And you get the Ultimate Halo bundle. Then you also get another game, and a second controller.
Essentially, a game you can pick.
Yes. So when I was looking today, you had NBA 2K18, Assassin's Creed Origins, you had FIFA and Madden 18. They actually added Ghost Recon Wildlands. Since I was looking the other day.
Call of Duty World War II, one of those options?
And World War II is one of the options. So any of those games for free, or one of those games for free.
One.
Black controller, and then it comes with a white controller and the Halo stuff with it. All $250. Whereas right now, if you go and try and find that Halo bundle, that bundle alone is $250.
Yep. So you get an extra controller and a game essentially for free.
Crazy deal. Online only.
At Walmart.
So
we mentioned that.
Yeah. We ordered he ordered Monday night. I ordered Tuesday morning, and so we're still, as of this recording, our games have shipped, but our like console and stuff has not yet.
No, they haven't.
But I'm not too worried. When I went back and I tried to like do the bundle again, it worked, but it was giving me a date of the shipment like 8 days away. So I'm guessing that a lot of people bought it, and so shipments are delayed.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that we'll get it.
You can also do free in-store pickup.
Yes, you can. For us, it was the same as shipping, and so we thought, well, that'd be kind of inconvenient. Now we might be changing it. Who knows?
Well,
We'll see.
Maybe not at the end of the day. Because like, here's the deal. If you're like us and you're impatient, we made the mistake. So don't make the same mistake we made in doing the shipping when you're like, oh, I'll just have it shipped to me wherever I am instead of going to pick it up in store. It's the same price.
Yeah.
If we'd have picked it up in the store, we could have gone to the store and picked it up today. As of recording this, we could have picked it up 2 days ago.
Yeah.
As you're listening to it. But now we're waiting, and it should be here by tonight.
Yes.
As of when the
in
podcast
theory.
comes out.
So we'll see. Once we get them, we'll tweet out pictures and stuff. You may have
Everything on the
already seen
Walmart
it by
site says you should get them by Thursday, which is better than what Amazon UK is saying for people that pre-ordered the Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition. This is our first story. Comes to us from GameIndustry.biz. So,
well, actually, the first one we've got here is about the sales for it.
It is. And I lied to you, and I apologize for that, y'all.
We're going to get to the shipping issues.
We will get to shipping issues, but website's still the same. If you're new to the show, we do have a link dump down below. We have time codes and link dumps and all the things you ever would want to know about us and our show.
Yep.
So at $499, the new Xbox One X isn't going to attract people in droves, but it's going to fare better than some might expect. So this is kind of a lot of analyst numbers for you numbers people out there.
Yep. I like numbers.
So, yep, you like numbers a lot.
Give them to
I
me.
enjoy them. So Wedbush Securities analyst Michael Pachter told us, GameIndustry.biz.
Not us. He's not talking to
that
us.
he's upping his Xbox One sales forecast from his One X sales from 1 million to 1.5 million for 2017.
1 million.
The Project Scorpio limited edition pre-order strategy has been particularly effective in driving what is expected to be a robust launch week in key sales territories. Forecasts other IHS market has decreased from 500,000 to 900,000 for forecasts for Q4 of 2017, essentially.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're looking at like the Q4 to be, I believe the Xbox One X, I think is a typo on their website. The share of the Q4 should be 20% of the total Xbox sales, which is about the same as PS4 Pro when it launched.
Roughly.
Again, this is an analyst. This is not like an expert that is like with Microsoft or with Sony or anything like that. So it's always
this is just like a numbers analyst, not necessarily like particularly gaming numbers analyst.
So this is just a prediction.
Yeah.
But from what they're seeing is that people are buying it. I don't know why, but they are.
Yeah. I did watch some comparison videos today.
Yeah.
Some like graphics comparisons, and you see like one of them was for Ark Survival Evolved, and so big, expansive open world.
Yeah.
And you can see like side by side, like the S doesn't look bad, but the X just is like it's loading textures a little bit further away.
Right.
It can load more, and it loads them a little bit cleaner. And so I can see if you're like if I had the disposable income. Which, I mean, I say that having just purchased an S.
For half the price.
That's the thing. We could have bought 2 of these bundles for what we would have gotten an X for.
Yep.
But if graphics are really the thing that drive you to play games and you love playing these beautiful open world games, you like playing ultra high settings or whatever, then the X appeals to you. Maybe if you're a PC gamer coming to play on consoles, the X appeals to you more because you're used to that level of performance somewhat. And it's not the same as a high-end PC. But I can see like, I do want more clouds and I want further draw distance and all this stuff. So it did look pretty cool, and it is a good step up, but not $250 worth of a step up for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a little bit about it before, but the difference as we talk about the X in particular, and at least compared to the S, that's the most recent console since the first Xbox One. The Xbox One S has a 4K Blu-ray hard drive, Ultra HD. It's got HDR for gaming and stuff like that. It can do streaming 4K. So what's the benefit with the Xbox One X? You've got 4K
all those
resolution, and you got all those 6 teraflops.
You get to flop all over the Terra.
And so it's like, is that really worth it? Like for the PlayStation, this is the same question we had with the Pro. This is not a new conversation we're having, but what's the benefit? You have a little bit better frame rate, you have better resolution and things like that. But I know it's like, oh, you get like 40% more performance than the PlayStation. Like, yeah,
but we're not comparing it to like over the PlayStation. We're comparing.
Yeah.
I feel like, and you can compare it to the PlayStation, I suppose, if we're going for competing markets. But we generally compare the Pro to the PS4,
right,
and we do the X to the S.
Yeah.
So the step from the S to the X is the same as the step from the 4 to the Pro.
Yeah, because I mean the S was a little bit better.
The S is better than the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, because it was a little bit above the Xbox
Yeah,
One.
so the S is between the Pro and the PS4, and the Pro is between the S and the X. So these weird like incremental steps. So it's still at this point, if your console buying is going to be dependent, I still think more on what your friends have and what exclusives you want to play.
Right.
So we have wanted to play Xbox exclusives. There haven't been that many. We're getting these Xboxes, and it's like we're going to play Halo and we're going to play Gears and look at Game Pass, and maybe I kind of want to try playing Forza. I want to play the Ori games and these games that have been out for like a few years already.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing when we talk about the launch for the Xbox One X is that a lot of the stuff that's here is just enhanced games that have already been there.
Yep.
And we'll talk about download sizes and some more stuff later, but there's just not launch titles coming with it. And sure, down the road, maybe in December, maybe in January, we start to see stuff. We know we've got Sea of Thieves coming next year, which is going to be really cool. But this is exactly the problem we had when we found out exactly what the X was going to be at E3, and it's still the question mark we have when it launches. It's like, what are you going to play on it? How many people are dying to see Halo 5 in 4K? Like, great, but that game was not designed with 4K assets in mind. So do they just use the upconvert button on their design computers and kind of go from there? Like, what was done to it? Like, sure, coming back in and adding it maybe may have had it go a step up, but Gears 4 was never designed to be in 4K on a console. So how much work do they put into their Xbox One X enhanced update? So,
yep.
I don't know.
For the Xbox hardcore fans out there who are looking at us going, well, this is going to catch the Xbox up to the PlayStation market. Sorry, it won't. It might close the gap by just a touch, but going by these guys' numbers and just by kind of like general industry knowledge at this point, IHS Market currently forecasts the Western Europe install base PS4 family of consoles to reach 26 million by the end of 2017, and compared to 8 million for Xbox One family consoles. That's just for this year.
Yep.
It's not
just in one segment of Europe.
Yeah.
In this year.
Well,
I think
still outpacing.
I think it's showing the installed base like up until the end of 2017.
Yeah.
So we're talking about we're not saying that PlayStation has sold 26 million this year. Xbox sold 8 million this year. It's just like since the launch to now in Western Europe, 26 million. Yeah, that's what it's saying. So it's that's just a stark contrast. That's how it is everywhere, but the US and the UK, and even the US and the UK are, they're still outpacing Microsoft by a landslide.
It's still like 67 million consoles to about 40.
Yeah, I mean, I think 40 is a generous number too. I think in most places it's at least 2 to 1. So it's good. It's good to have competition. One of the points that this guy makes that I don't necessarily agree with, saying that a small share of PS4 Pro gamers that are keen to have the most powerful hardware for playing third-party published games are likely to shift their usage across to the new console. No, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry, it's not. If you had the PS4 Pro and you are that share of gamer that wants the best of the best, you already had the PS4. So you have now spent what, $800 or $900 in the PlayStation ecosphere, not to mention all the games and stuff. And now you're going to go out and buy a $500 console with no exclusives because you want the best. Like if you were that person, then you'd be buying a PC for this.
Exactly. That to me sounds a bit like a tone deaf comment. Of somebody that knows numbers well, but maybe doesn't know the gaming industry that well.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, well, it's players looking for the best stuff, right? That's how they do it. And I'm like, yeah, some of them do, but those people play on PC.
Yeah.
And they just buy new parts every year.
Right. And they don't have to rebuy the games and retransfer everything.
So consoles are very much ecosystems that you go and live in. And we're kind of the middle of the road exceptions to that, where we want to exist in everyone's ecosystem.
Yeah. I mean,
Nintendo and PlayStation.
Really,
and
I mean, the big thing holding us back with the Xbox One is just like the startup costs with it. I mean, you got to get the console, you got to get the controllers, you got to get the games, and like this had like, with the Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection, you're talking 5 full games, right? All the Halos, all the multiplayer for it, and everything like that, and then And then the bonus game I got was Assassin's Creed Origins. I think you got the same one because it's free, and I don't really care if I do or don't have it on PlayStation. But all the reviews have been really good on it. So those are games that I've wanted to play for a while, with the exception of Assassin's Creed. I'll get Gears of War 4. I'll get the Gears of War collection, and that's great. But I didn't want to do that before because you're talking like $500 just to get in the door. So now I'm like $250. I'm in. I don't have to do anything else, and I've got enough games for like 2 months on the Xbox. Easy.
Also, we now have 4K media machines.
Yeah. So
which lead to next year, because there was a ton of great deals on 4K TVs coming up for Black Friday, and we're like, ooh, we should upgrade TVs. And then we found this Xbox deal, and we're like, huh.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily those two things.
Yeah.
Right in
I
order.
mean, at the end of the day, like the upgrade to 4K is going to require a lot of steps, right? You got to have something that plays 4K media, which PlayStation 4 doesn't do. We'd have to get a Pro, and I can't really justify getting a Pro.
It doesn't have a 4K disc drive.
It's still not the 4K disc drive. And so the Xbox One S has that disc drive, has the 4K streaming. So if we ever do move to a 4K TV next year, then I already have all the stuff I need to start the process.
Yeah.
Whereas, I think starting with the TV first, it didn't make sense. And then we saw this bundle and just lost our minds.
Yep.
So
It's game over.
definitely an impulse buy.
Yep.
But I'm okay with it.
But I think worth it. So if you're in the States, be sure to check out Walmart near you if you've been looking to get an Xbox, or you maybe had an Xbox One and want to get an S, or you have the money and you want to have a backup Xbox, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, some people live like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
But at least you'll probably be able to get it, unlike the people getting Xbox One X Scorpio editions from Amazon UK. In my defense, I had built this in a different order when I started a couple days ago.
You did change things up.
Xbox One X is now available in UK, but many Amazon customers are still waiting to receive theirs. So if you are kind of new to this whole shebang of ordering things from Amazon and getting consoles games, usually they're pretty good about like, all right, day and date, here's your console.
Yep.
Whoop, there you go. But it is just not meeting par.
It has been awful. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's been real bad. So Amazon UK has blamed stock issues. Customers hit by delays have said that many. Well, back up a second. Amazon UK has blamed stock issues. Many of those affected only found out there was a problem with their order upon waking up this morning, as of recording this, so Tuesday. And after contacting Amazon themselves to find out why their purchase was still in limbo. So they got up, checked their order for Amazon, saw that it was not coming, and then had to get a hold of Amazon to be like, hey, what's going on? There wasn't an email from Amazon being like, hey, something happened. We're working on it.
Yeah.
It was we had to go seek out answers first. And so naturally Twitter goes ablaze.
Yeah. Some of them did get emails, but it was more emails that said, hey, your order didn't ship. And that was, a nice automatically generated email. So if you're looking at the Xbox One X, there are two versions right now. Well, at least that's the rumor anyways. People don't get them. Project Scorpio Edition and then the regular edition. They don't cost any different.
Sweet looking box.
Oh, yeah. It is a very sweet looking box. There's no cost difference. I looked it up because I was like, why would you ever not order the Project Scorpio one? So on the console, you've got Project Scorpio logo here. You've also got one on the controller itself, and you can't quite see it, but then you've got black buttons for the A, B, X, and Y, whereas before you have the color buttons.
Dope.
So those are the differences with the Project Scorpio. Plus, you get this really cool
box to throw away.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping that. If I'm getting like a day one edition like this, it's similar to the day one edition Xbox, where on the controller it had day one 2013 written on it. So if you have one of those, that's familiar. Kind of a crap special edition, but you're not paying extra for it. So
yeah.
But the big problem people are having is they're not getting them. I even heard from some people that we follow that had the same issue, that they pre-ordered it and didn't hear anything until like lunchtime that it wasn't coming. So they're blaming stock issues. Customers hit by delays have been told by Amazon that there are stock issues that they just simply don't have them in stock. So it's troubling.
Yeah, it's weird. One guy on Twitter said, quote, they told me that I can only receive a standard edition now, and I need to cancel mine and buy it from a reseller for an inflated price, end quote. I don't know if they said buy it from a reseller for an inflated price. I'm sure it said, sorry, we're out of the Scorpio editions. Yeah. And we can't sell you one now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, you paid for this in August, pre-ordered it back in August.
People that ordered it months ahead of time, but there were people that ordered it
a few days ago,
a few days before it comes out, and they got them.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's not good. Like that's the whole point of pre-ordering is making sure you get one. So I'm hopeful that it will all get resolved. I think you were telling me that there were some people in the US getting the UK versions.
There's got to have been like a screw up in the whole system.
Which I didn't realize there was that much of a difference with them.
Yeah, but essentially it's just the power plug is the main difference. Yeah. So they're getting their Scorpio editions, and they're like, I have the UK one, so it's just like the 2 prongs.
Mm-hmm.
And which is not a big deal. That's a power adapter that's literally everywhere.
Right.
You could actually unplug your PlayStation.
Yeah.
Plug your Scorpio
Same
in.
one, yeah.
Plug your X in.
Mm-hmm. I've got the cable from my PS3 upstairs.
I'm just, I'm curious if there was a screw up in the whole shipping of things, and they sent like a bunch of them to the US and just didn't keep all the UK ones.
Yeah.
There was a miscommunication somewhere. No matter what, it kind of blows. Like if we were in the situation and we're like, we ordered this console, we were so excited to get it day one, and they're like, hey, we don't have it, and then we go to Reddit and we see people in another country like, hey, I have one for the wrong country, and I'm like, what? That's mine. Like, you're holding my Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the tough part. I mean, I think Amazon like released their stuff. It used to be like a really good bet, but like they've had issues with the Switch, which not a huge surprise.
Yeah,
seen issues with games since then, like Zelda and things like that. Not necessarily for me because I don't do that. Like it's never like I've tried it once or twice before and it's never really worked out release day shipping for me.
Yeah.
So I always do my pre-orders like Best Buy or GameStop if I'm going to do something.
Or I go physically pick them up if I'm getting a physical game.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's always been my preference. So for something like this, like I know you go wherever you can get it in terms of pre-orders because I know those sold out quick. Or at least that's what they want us to think.
Yeah.
So it's sad. It's never fun to miss that. Most people are saying that the shipments are just going to be delayed a couple days. Like not everyone is saying you're not getting it. Varied reports.
A few cases.
But it's a mess.
Part of me wonders like how much that's on Amazon, how much it's on Microsoft. I imagine most of it's on Amazon.
It's got to be on Amazon.
It's got to be in their hands at this point.
I mean, Microsoft was probably like, hey, we have this many consoles that you can sell. Once you hit that number, stop selling them. Amazon was probably like, nah.
Somebody missed a scheduling thing somewhere.
Missed a zero
that
somewhere.
Stopped it to be
I don't
like,
know. It's
hey,
just
stop selling these consoles on this day.
It's such an easy thing to do. Like I know that they can't just tell you to sell and we'll tell you when to stop selling. It's like, no, here's our number. This is how many you're getting for this region.
Yeah.
Don't sell more than this. And Amazon's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. And then sold them anyways.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that's what happened, but
Just like the thing
come on now.
Corporate headquarters somewhere.
Just annoying to me.
It's ridiculous.
I would be pissed if I just spent $500 and I couldn't play it on the day I got it.
I'm like sympathetically mad for some people.
Yeah.
Like, man, that blows.
Yep.
Like this, it's just one thing after another. But even if you did get your Xbox One X, James, it might take you a while to play some games.
Yeah.
Xbox One X has some massive downloads.
Oh, boy.
Oh, sweet goodness. This comes to us from Eurogamer. I believe the last one did as well. But if you plan on downloading games onto your fancy new Xbox One X, be ready for some truly gargantuan file sizes. Boy, howdy. I was looking at this. Some of these files exceed 100 gigs.
That's insane.
Like, so the consoles we just got are 500 gigs.
Yep.
But Xbox has always been good about external storage, so that's not a huge deal. But
and you can swap your hard drives out as well.
Exactly. So Coalition's Gears of War 4 weighs in at 103 gigs. 103.
103.
That's ridiculous. 343's Halo 5 is 98.26 without the 4K update, which adds another 15.10 on top.
That's brutal.
Turn 10's Forza 7, 95.65 gigs.
That's ridiculous.
Remedy's Quantum Break, 83.7 gigs. If you want to download the optional TV show that comes with it, you're looking at another 75 gigs.
That's 160 gig.
Yeah.
One game. That's ridiculous. It's insane. Can't even imagine it.
So if you're buying a One X, be ready. If your internet kind of blows, then prepare yourself for that. Maybe buy some discs,
right?
and get ready. The X comes with the 1 terabyte, which at those sizes you're looking at about 9 games.
Yeah. Now, granted, this is a small sample size. I mean, these are their flagship releases with their 4K updates. It's huge.
In fairness, how big of a sample size can we get with Xbox?
No, I mean, these are the games that, I mean, if you're playing games, these are the ones you're going to be starting with. So it's interesting. We don't have, obviously, details on every game that's coming out with enhancements and the size of them and stuff. Maybe PlayStation works differently. We don't know. We looked and we couldn't really find much on like PlayStation like game sizes, like a difference between PS4 and PS4 Pro. But I know when the PS4 Pro gets an update, we get an update for the game regardless, and it's never like this huge file.
Like PlayStation gets an update,
so
and
anecdotal.
so we all get it.
I get it, but none of my games come close to this number on my PlayStation.
I mean, this is just a thing that I think we've known is coming with 4K gaming. If we want to move forward into the 4K gaming space, we're gonna have to deal with big file sizes,
right?
Which means we're gonna have to deal with probably buying more storage. So, I mean, on my console right now, I have probably 10, 15 games on a 500 gigabyte console.
Yeah.
But none of those are 4K. They're 1080, and several of those are like indie games.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if you want to play all these games, you should know that ahead of time.
Prepared.
You should be prepared. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a thing to be aware of if you want to move down this way. And if you are 4K gaming, you're probably already prepared for this because you are column A of gamers that Xbox wants.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
congratulations.
there is an interesting thing I've seen. If you don't have your, it's a really new update, like just in the last couple of weeks for Xbox. If you don't have your X yet, you know that it's coming. You can actually download the updates and move them to an external storage or download them to your Xbox One and then transfer it. So you can get all the updates and everything now, put it on your hard drive and click it in, and then you're good to go. You can either transfer it to the One X or you can play it from there. I don't know how it all works. I just know that it's possible to get everything ready beforehand, so it's a much faster process when it gets here. If you already have an Xbox One, if you don't, sorry about it.
Sorry, you're luck.
So it's interesting. I like how they use the external hard drives. I know PlayStation does that now, but they didn't originally. Xbox has always been really good about it.
Xbox kind of pioneered the old external storage.
Makes sense. They
swappable
kind
hard
of
drive.
pioneered the modern PC too. So you better be good at that.
Yep. So be ready. Moving to the other side of the industry.
That is the most we have ever talked about Xbox on a podcast.
It is.
I would like to point out.
I've been more excited for Xbox in the last several days. So it's one of those things. We're PlayStation guys. If you didn't know, we are PlayStation guys. We've been PlayStation guys for pretty much ever.
Yeah.
And we finally actually purchased Xboxes, and so now I'm like, I don't know anything about the. I mean, I know the controller. I can still tell you the controller layout.
Yeah.
And I can use the controller, but I'm like, I don't know anything about the menu system when I turn it on. I don't know where. I didn't know if it had a rest mode. Like, so I'm used to the PlayStation rest mode, so I've been looking up things of how do I use Xbox. So
yeah, I've been looking up all like the tips and tricks, like articles and 41 tips and tricks. And I got about 10 tips and tricks in. I was like, I'm not reading all these. These are really dumb and stupid ones.
I know, it's always like the big X in the middle is actually a button. It's like, ooh.
The menu button is sometimes called a hamburger. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this article. I think I'm good.
Actually need something a little bit less surface level.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see. I always love user interfaces. That's like a big thing for me. Like every game, everything I ever touch, like I love looking at user interfaces. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. The app is pretty cool looking. I've playing around with it a bit today.
From guys I listen to that are essentially PlayStation gamers.
Yeah.
I've heard for them that the Xbox is kind of a mess.
Yes, there's a lot more going on in it than like the PlayStation.
Yeah, because
I know that.
I think it's a shift that Xbox is going through.
Similar to a tile interface. If you do a lot of Windows, then there's some similarities there. So I think it'll be okay.
I think it's customizable, maybe.
Yes, you can pin stuff in and out. You can pin. I was reading about some like pinning stuff to your home screen, and you can pin like some apps there, kind of similar to what we can do on ours, but not all apps. And maybe like there you can pin like specific TV shows, or you can pin some Snap stuff. I don't know. And there's the whole snapping thing. You still do like picture-in-picture stuff. So it's interesting. You know, I don't know. We'll just
find out.
Most of my time on hopefully Thursday is going to be spent like just toying around on the UI and maybe installing a game.
For things to download.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection are digital. I don't know if they come with discs, so which is fine. It would be really nice if it was pre-installed, but I bet you it'll be a code.
It looked like those were code. I think 5 might be a disc. Master Chief Collection is definitely a code.
Definitely is.
And I think Origins is a disc. But anyways, moving over to the Sony side of things, the PlayStation world, there's finally a reason to pay attention to the Sony Rewards program. You can now start trading your new PSN trophies for money on your PSN account. That's a very important piece of the puzzle, your new PlayStation trophies. A new section of the Rewards Passes page over at Sony Rewards website that appeared late week lists I feel like there's a word missing there. It appeared late last week, I would assume.
Yeah.
Lists silver, gold, and platinum trophies as milestones you can fulfill to earn points. Those points can be turned. We're gonna skip that. Those points can be turned into the PSN for money essentially. So here's the breakdown of how many points you can earn: 100 silver trophies for 100 points or 1 point per trophy. 25 gold trophies for 250 points or 10 points per trophy. 10 platinum trophies for 1,000 points or 100 points per trophy. That ain't no joke.
No, it's
Getting
not.
10 platinum trophies.
Nope, it's not.
I think I have 6, and probably 5 of those are like throwaway platinums.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5. It's interesting. So if you want to know like the breakdown of the points, 1,000 points can get you $10 PSN voucher, meaning that once you collect 10 new platinums, you'll have enough to buy a cheap indie game, or maybe like go towards Assassin's Creed.
Just think about like 10 platinums to get an indie game, and there's
a
some dope indie games out there.
Which I mean, I get it, because otherwise you could just go out and farm a bunch of trophies and make money off it. And they don't want you to do that.
Exactly.
This is just a small reward for it. And it's not just PSN stuff you can get. They have a ton of different options on their website. I think you can get some like movies and stuff like that. You can get movie rental credits. There's different quests and things you can do on their website. Like if you go rent or buy like 3 movies on PSN, it'll give you like 500 points or something like that. So there's different things to do, like trials of specific services. You can get points.
Yeah.
So they looked at the guy that wrote the article looked up Roughdall 4.
Roughdall 4.
Yep. PSN names.
Top the trophy leaderboard.
He's got 15,551 silver, 6,903 gold, and 1,359 platinum. If he were able to theoretically redeem all of those, the current rate, that would mean around $1,583 for all of that work, or approximately 25 full price game downloads, which is pretty cool. But
you earn 25 free games by playing games.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
Yep.
That being said.
Yep. So to get it, you have to be signed up for Sony Rewards, have your PlayStation account linked prior to earning them. So if you decide to start farming for that sweet trophy, you need to be sure that you're all linked up. There's some messed up words in this article.
Yeah, the
I copy and paste over from these articles.
No,
what
I
happened?
looked at them. I was reading them. I was like, Lucra. I don't even know what Lucra is.
I don't know what that is either.
Lucre.
I decided to bail on it.
Yeah, that's
midway
good.
through the sentence. But this is only available in the US as well. So if sorry, UK folks, you're kind of getting the
so check out the Kotaku link below. They've got a link there to go to the rewards best screen. I stumbled upon this. They did not like make a big announcement about it. I was doing something else on the Sony rewards because I was like logging a movie I got. Because when you get like Sony movies, he was like, oh, go put this code in here and you can get your rewards for it or whatever. So I was doing that and I saw like the PlayStation column come up. I was like, that's weird. What's that? And so I like added everything to my profile and connected it and did all this stuff. So it's cool. It's sad that it's not retroactive, but I get it because that would be wildly expensive for them to cover.
For guys like Rough Dom, maybe not that there's many of them.
Yeah. But I know I've got enough trophies that would make a dent. I'd probably get a couple free games out of what I've got.
Yeah.
We're getting close to
like trophies.
Yeah, we're getting close to like level 20. So we'll see.
We did some trophy farming in there.
Pretty cool.
Now we could do some achievement farming.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. That's the thing.
Up next from GameSpot, the free games for PlayStation Plus this month. So 2 days ago, the free games dropped for PlayStation Plus. So for PlayStation 4, you can get Bound, Dungeon Punks, which is cross-buy with Vita, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, until January 3rd. So this one's hanging on for a good minute.
Couple months.
And Worms Battlegrounds, which is probably the one I'm more excited for because Worms looks fun.
Oh, I love Worms. I've always loved Worms games.
I've never actually played Worms. I've watched people play them.
Man. Yeah, Worms games are just, they're fun. Like I played them a ton when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I always like seeing them come up. I just never like bought them. I'll just play them long enough to be like, yeah, I'm good. But they're fun little games. They're good little strategy without being too ridiculous.
Question I have is, can you play Rush of Blood without VR?
No, that is
so.
a VR title.
It didn't.
It's an on rails.
It's an on rail shooter
through the circus.
Yeah, so it's one of those. It didn't specify in the blog
shooter. Yeah,
that you had to have VR. It doesn't say PlayStation VR. It's in the PlayStation 4 list.
I'm like 95% sure you have to have.
I'm pretty sure as well. And it's one of those things. I'm like, I guess you could play it without VR, theoretically, because then it's just a shooter.
Yeah, but what's the point there?
It'd be weird. It could be fun, I suppose.
Yeah.
For PS3, if you're still on that train, R-Type Dimensions and Ragdoll Kung Fu Fist of Plastic. For Vita, again, if you're still on that train, Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse, Episode 1 and 2, and Dungeon Punks.
Mhm.
Again, these are the American releases. I don't know if they're different for the UK.
This week they are not. They are the same. They occasionally they're different. Every few months they are. I'm trying to see if Rush of Blood is indeed like requires VR.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure.
While you're looking that up,
Yeah.
we'll also go over Xbox games with gold.
Yeah.
This
Now that
month.
applies to, well, it doesn't apply to us yet.
doesn't really apply to us yet. But games with gold is weird.
It is weird.
So I say it's weird. It's different to us because we're used to just, all right, first Tuesday of the month, we get this stuff until the first Tuesday of next month. You get
Mhm.
these things. Bop, bop. That is not how it is with Xbox. So for Xbox One, for November 1st through the 30th, you can get Trackmania Turbo. From November 16th to December 15th, you can get Tales from the Borderlands.
Mhm.
And from now to November 15th, you can get Turing Test.
Mhm.
So not all the games are available all month.
Right.
So you have to wait and get some or get some now before they're gone.
Yep.
So it's a little strange in that way. On the 360, you can get Nights into Dreams from the 1st through the 15th. And then from the 16th through the 30th, you can get Deadfall Adventures.
Interesting.
So I don't know anything about any of those games aside from Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, which we've already had on PlayStation.
Yes.
Um,
Which is great. If you haven't played it and you have Xbox games with gold, go get it. Play it. It's awesome. It is really good. I think we actually have a Let's Play up.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't.
We did like initial reactions.
Yeah, we did
for
initial
it.
reactions for it a few
So
months ago.
just a few, just the first like 10 or 15 minutes of the
Yeah.
game.
Up to the title screen.
Mhm.
Did you find anything about?
Oh,
VR?
yes, VR is required according
Okay.
to random FAQ answers on Amazon. So
Well, there we go.
not a huge surprise.
Until Dawn Rush of Blood is VR only. So
But I mean, if you think you're gonna get it, at least like download, at least like claim it.
I always
Like,
think it's
check
worth
out.
checking out the games. I still even get to play the PS3 ones and the Vita ones, just for that odd occasion. Well, I less likely now, but a few years ago, I had to send my PlayStation 4 in to get serviced.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't have anything to play, so I had my PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I have all these PlayStation Plus games that I've been downloading.
Yeah.
I ended up just playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag instead.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. It's gonna be like, did you really though? Did you really?
Yeah, I have them in case something comes up and I'm like, oh, I might play that one day. But now I'm gonna have an Xbox and I have my Switch, so I have plenty of backup options.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're not into the games that are coming out for free on your console of choice, there are new games coming out this week.
You can pay for them.
You can pay for them like all the other people. For Tuesday, November 7th,
Close.
my
There you
apologies. Farming Simulator Switch Edition on the Switch.
Oh, is it really?
Really?
It's not the Switch edition on PS4. Amazing.
It runs really fast on the PS4, the Switch Edition.
Yeah, I bet it does.
It's only got to render 720p. Hitman Game of the Year Edition, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
That would just be, if you're curious, that's just the first. Hitman did a little bit different, and they did like episodic releases
Yeah.
of their latest game. There were 6 episodes, so this is just all of them in one.
Yep.
Game of the Year is such like a misnomer. It's like
Yeah.
basically when you
It's
see
not
Game
the-
of the Year,
yeah.
think all its DLC, and that's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's like a definitive edition or
Mhm.
complete collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds. You have this.
I do have
Do you have a
this.
chance to play it at all?
Not yet.
All right.
I will by the time that I'm actually going to probably play it after you leave.
Yeah.
So, because I have it, it is installed, it is ready, but it was just like too late last night and I was exhausted.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check it
We were
out.
tired last night.
We're probably not going to do a video on it, but we'll post
Just know it's
something about it.
Horizon. And it's probably fantastic.
Everything I've read
Mhm.
says that the graphics are improved somehow. The motion capture and like facial animations looks way better, and
Oh, that's right.
there's new stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's literally what you need
Yeah.
in Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's one of those
So,
things. I went to buy it Monday night.
like right at like as the
Yeah,
at the
as
release
the timer
date.
was taking over, it's funny. I pulled up the PlayStation app on my phone and it said pre-order available now, 0 days. I was like, okay, and I hit the button. It says you are not able to purchase this thing, and I was like, okay, that's weird. I shut down the store and pulled it back up, and on the time I pulled it back up after having tried it,
Yeah.
it popped up and was like, buy. Oh, I was just there at the turnover of the PlayStation thing.
Yep.
So, Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, Episode 4 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And Super Lucky's Tale for Xbox One and PC.
There you go.
So there's that. I haven't seen anything for Super Lucky's
Yeah, me
Tale
neither,
yet.
but that's because we don't look up stuff for Xbox. So
Yeah, so
that's
I'll
part of
be
it.
looking for it.
we're gonna start
see how
looking
it
up more
is.
stuff for Xbox. We want to try
Want
now
to-
that we will have one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make an effort, even
Get
if
on
we
the
don't like
platform.
it. Even if we hate doing it, we will do it for you.
I doubt we'll hate it because we just love to play games.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Friday, November 10th. So tomorrow, Doom comes out on the Switch.
Man, if this wasn't $60, I'd get it right away. I want to get it to support it, but I don't have $60 to put on a game that I've already played and beat.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm 2 trophies away from the platinum in that game. So I will get it. This maybe we'll get lucky. I can't imagine it's going to be on a Black Friday sale with it being like 2 weeks away. So maybe like January, February. With the Xbox coming in, I got all these games to play. Those are all going to take
backlog just
priority.
grew exponentially.
Yep.
While you're buying an Xbox.
Another one on Friday, November 10th, which I'm excited for, and again, sad to be missing out. Need for Speed Payback. Been seeing a lot of this since E3. Seen a lot of trailers for it. It looks like it might finally be that return to like underground / hot pursuit style that we all know and love.
Honestly,
I'm going to see the reviews of it, obviously, but
part of me wants to get, because I played it in the store, and this is a thing that we don't have on PlayStation. I know this is like a really like deep cut for a way to enjoy a game, but to get like Forza, because there's rumble in the triggers on the Xbox One.
That's cool.
And so like on the gas, as you push the gas, it like rumbles for you. And as you pull the brake, it like lets you know what you're doing. So it's just a little bit of like haptic feedback that we're not used to. And I'm like, I was playing it in the store. I was like, are there rumbles in the triggers?
That's awesome. Was that just a regular controller?
I assume it was. Yeah, it was just.
Can't imagine
it was a store.
have an Elite like thrown around there.
Boy, that'd be a waste of $150.
Tell me about it. I think the Elite is a waste of $150, but that's just me.
That doesn't mean I won't buy it. Snipper Clips, Cut It Out Together. So DLC for Snipper Clips comes to the Switch on Friday. That is the list of the new games coming out this week. If any of those caught your eye on your, go get them.
Yeah,
they're
let
coming.
us know if you've already checked out some of these. As this podcast comes out a little bit after the release, let us know. Comment below. Let us know what you're playing and what you're enjoying. If you think Doom on the Switch sucks, well, let me know, please, because I'm going to buy it, and I don't want to buy it if it sucks.
Yeah.
So
there's part of me now that I'm going to have both consoles, and one of them's technically more powerful than the other. Like for something that I don't necessarily care for, by a little bit. One of them's equipped to play 4K, and one of them's not.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to see a difference.
See much of a difference, but it's like I want to pull up like Need for Speed on my Xbox and Need for Speed on my PlayStation. See if there's any kind of noticeable difference. Now I'm not going to buy Need for Speed twice if I buy it at all.
Yeah, but that's part of it.
That's the problem. So, if you're new to the show, or you've never made it this far, each week we end the show by going over the drop from the PlayStation blog. If you don't know what the drop is a coverage of the PlayStation games, specifically the PlayStation games coming out this week. So we like to go through the list and read the descriptions that didn't get translated or edited, because essentially these things get compiled by one Ryan Clements at Qualmcider on Twitter.
I peeked ahead. I'm sorry.
You just see the first game up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
These don't get edited. They basically get sent to him from wherever they come from. He makes sure they're in English and puts them on the PlayStation blog.
So
it just
bad.
makes for glorious happenings.
Oh man, you need to go look at it. I'm not going to put it up on the screen because it's a pain.
Yeah.
But the first one, this came out today, Ace of Seafood, and the thumbnail looks like they literally took every clip art fish they could find in Microsoft PowerPoint 2003.
Give me back the flavors.
And they just threw it on their thumbnail. It's seriously atrocious. And there's some lasers going around. Lots of lasers. You can now openly admit to the desire we all share to become seafood. Because Ace of Seafood is an action game where you scavenge the depths of ocean. The depths of ocean. The depths of ocean.
I think we missed a "the"
while battling other life forms and increasing the strength of your own forces. Jake, what kind of game is that?
That is a seafood game, James.
So ridiculous.
Hashtag become sushi. But if water's not your thing, maybe dirt is. ATV Drift and Tricks.
Boy, that's an awful name for it.
Yeah, that's real imaginative. So PS4 retail place. I know our first one was ridiculous, but at least it had just art. This one is literally just the PlayStation 4 box.
Yeah.
Like if you were to walk into Best Buy and pick up a box, it looks like this. PlayStation VR mode included.
It's interesting. I would actually be willing to try out like an ATV like drifting thing.
Be awesome.
In VR. That sounds pretty cool.
Sick.
So yeah, it's central quad game for thrill seekers looking to own the road in rugged all-terrain vehicles. No, sorry.
Wow. Discovery, PS4 and PSVR. Take a look at that art and tell me what
that looks like
reminds you of.
Minecraft.
Literally exactly like Minecraft. Explore
with double the resolution.
Maybe. Double the polygons, maybe. Explore a giant world made of blocks and modify it with your own creations. Construct houses, build entire villages, cities, monumental constructions, or dig.
That's Minecraft.
That's Minecraft.
That's Minecraft. Theft. Thievery.
Microsoft's coming after you. Discovery people.
Oh, it's also PSVR.
Yeah. Minecraft also has VR mode, though.
Well, not on PlayStation, though.
Yeah, but
so, eat it.
If you're pining for VR that bad in Minecraft, you might need a
this is a different thing. Looks like it's 11. I need to know now. It's $11.99.
Ghost in the Toy Box Chapter 1.
Boy, it looks like a terrible. Boy, it really does.
Professor Milestone's latest experiment has gone disastrously wrong. He's accidentally trapped a fright of playful poltergeists inside of toys which are scattered around his home. You need to destroy the toys to free the spirits from their patchwork prisons.
Wow, that sounds weird. I'm still stuck on this Discovery game. I jumped over to the store.
Oh, Jeopardy! America's favorite quiz show. Jeopardy makes its long-awaited return to home consoles in full HD. Good news, you can see a cartoonish Alex Trebek in full HD, bro. Master your lightning-quick reflexes now with new streamlined controls. Resolve more than 2,000 clues.
Wow, so what do you do after the first 2 hours?
What is boring?
League of War VR Arena.
That looks awesome.
This one we actually saw at Paris Games Week.
My mic is in an awful place to try and read things. On
League of War VR Arena. It was actually there's like a war table in front of you, and you actually would like pick up your tanks and pick up your things and stuff onto a board. So that looked kind of cool.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, episode 5 comes out this week.
On 5. Those have been going. I feel like lately these Telltale series have been coming out a lot faster with episodes.
Speaking of which, Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, Episode 4, that we mentioned before.
Yep.
Payback. Oh, Neo Complete Edition. So if you're into brutally hard games, they're in the vein of Dark Souls. Neo is here.
Yeah.
To
not to be confused with Nier Automata. 2 different games. I just think Neo and Nier were the same thing.
They are not.
No, they're very different.
Nier is not nearly as hard as Neo.
Yeah, it's intense action RPG experience set in the bloody Sengoku era Japan. That's not Dragon Ball Z. This is real life historical events with dark fantasy and folklore.
But James, professional construction, the simulation.
Yes,
it's out.
That's what I've been
Immerse
waiting
yourself
for.
in the sprawling and fascinating world of road construction.
No.
Experience life on the construction site like the pros. Use the heavy equipment and massive machinery. Wow. Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I was raised by a construction worker.
Yeah.
It's not what one calls glamorous. Those are the hard working just dudes that just
I don't know what kind of simulation you need
people,
there.
not just dudes.
Do you have a part of the simulation where one guy works and everyone else just stands around like drinking water or something?
It's called the Carpenters Union. If you're curious. Every time, that's been a joke my whole life. Every time we drive past a construction site, my dad looks, and it's literally, that's how it goes. Because, I mean, it's set up for like, this guy's supposed to be safety, this guy's like a foreman, and this guy just can't fit inside the hole. So it's 3 guys watching one dude dig a hole, and he goes, it must be a union job. And I almost made that joke when I was working in entertainment production in Kansas City. I was standing there with union guys. I was standing there as a representative from my company. I was standing next to the union foreman, or whatever their title was, and there was one guy up in the lift and one guy over here helping the guy in the lift, and I almost went, it must be a union. Nope.
Probably a good call you didn't.
Just kidding.
All right, moving on. Sonic Forces.
This game looks awful.
I mean, the thumbnail on it shows literally every like formation of Sonic you could possibly imagine. Join Sonic as he tries to take back the world in Sonic Forces, the newest game from the team that brought you Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, also known as the Sonic Failures. Maybe it'll be good.
There's a Wheel of Fortune. It has 4,000 puzzles, so screw your 2,000 clues.
Boy,
Jeopardy.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be spending my afternoon just like I did back in middle school. I'll be watching some Wheel of Fortune and some Jeopardy.
Or you could be playing Wuppo.
Wuppo, you
Wuppo,
say?
after losing its home, one lonely wum must travel the length and width of the world to find a new place to live.
That sounds terrible.
Wuppo.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Oh,
whoop,
Sam
whoop,
Smith
oh.
looks different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like he lost some weight.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh, dude, the Hitman's Bodyguard. I never saw that.
It looked
I really wanted
like
it.
it would be really funny.
Sorry, we have passed the games and moved into the video and the music section of the PlayStation blog here.
Valerian. It had some really cool trailers, but apparently
I heard that it was just garbage.
It totally bombed. But it looked really pretty. They said
It did look really good.
They said if you like looking at visually like stunning movies, this was a great movie to see. If you liked movies, it was not a good movie to see.
Yeah, the Hitman's Bodyguard looked like it was funny.
It did. With
Samuel L. Jackson,
Samuel
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'd take it with Gary Oldman, a little bit of Selma Hayek in there.
Ew.
Man, I'd be all over that. AMC Visionaries, Robert Kirkman's Secret History of Comics, November 12th on AMC. That's a fun little
There it is.
PlayStation View.
Stories from the Edge
TV
for Rolling
plug.
Stone. Let's drop the mic.
I don't know. It didn't tell us anything.
But
hey, that's the drop.
anyways, that's the drop. And that's the end of the show. Guys,
Yay.
thanks for hanging out this long. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, doing all that cool stuff. Let us know what you thought of the show. I'll point the microphone back in my face. I need a microphone that comes in from above me.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
It'll look really good.
In my rental apartment.
It's great. We'll
I'll
just
put that
screw it
up.
to the ceiling.
I'll put that on my list.
Just have it on like a string that you like pull down. Once it goes past 3 clicks, it sucks back up.
Just throw a couple lag bolts in there. We'll be good.
It's great.
It's
Me and don't even need to be that big. The microphones
If
are
you
that heavy.
guys have Xboxes, if you guys play them, if you use them all the time, and there's some things that you think we should know. Yes, we know that the controllers use AA batteries because they're stupid and inane and archaic, and I can't believe that that's still a thing.
have to
What else?
buy
What else should we know?
rechargeable batteries.
I've already bought mine. It's okay.
I have it.
I've eaten the expense, and I just
I
don't
sit
care
next
anymore.
to a USB micro plug,
There you
so
go.
I can still just power it with
There you go. That
batteries.
should work.
So I can
if,
cheat that way.
if you've got any tips, any things that you realize with your Xbox that you love or hate or think that we should know now, let us know in the comments below, as we are total noobs. We will admit it. So we don't want to find new ways to talk crap. We want to enjoy
Yeah.
our purchases.
Give us
So.
your Xbox expertise.
Huh?
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Bye.
Bye.